So this is a pretty insane story that I definitely think needs coverage. It is Governor of South Dakota. Her name is Kristi Noem. She's a Republican governor of South Dakota who is refusing to mandate masks despite the record-breaking coronavirus spike that is currently going on right now. So this article reads, South Dakota is currently leading the U.S. in COVID-19 outbreaks with a daily positivity rate of about 12.2% and hitting a record high of 1821 new cases on November 12th alone, both indicators of the rampant virus outbreak in the state. Despite the severity of the outbreak, state leadership has still declined to implement a mandatory mask requirement. Instead, the state has, quote, encouraged South Dakotans to follow the U.S. Centers for Disease Control guidelines and use a mask while in public. It says, still, Governor Kristi Noem has not issued a mandatory mask order, and the Associated Press reports she has no intention to change course. Spokesperson Maggie Seidel told reporters that the public health protocols adopted by some states are broadly ineffective. Quote, the facts are simple. Mask mandates, harsh lockdowns, massive testing, and contact tracing haven't worked in the United States or abroad. It's absolutely insane. Noem previously said that she believes she does not have the authority to issue mask mandates as governor. We talk often about government's role in a situation like this in dealing with the pandemic. At this point, frankly, I'm getting more concerned about how neighbors are treating neighbors. Noem was referring to the personal decision individuals make when they elect to wear or forego a mask. So absolutely insane what's going on here. They're refusing to issue a mask mandate. Not only that, but obviously what you can see here, the spokesperson for her is just stating lies. Mask mandates and lockdowns and testing, all of these things are undoubtedly help COVID-19. The idea that anybody would even attempt to, contest that is actually completely batshit crazy and just completely insane. But this is what happens when you have a lunatic Republican governor in South Dakota. COVID right now is skyrocketing, and honestly, I don't like the level of idiocy or stupidity you have to have, or the level of dumb you have to be to not wear a mask while going outside is probably the dumbest you can get. I'm starting to think that's worse than flat earthers at this point. I think there's like anti-vaxxers, there's flat earthers, and then, there's, the anti-maskers somewhere in there. I don't know how you rank it. I would definitely say anti-maskers are dumber than flat earthers. I'm just not really sure if they're dumber than anti-vaxxers or not. But wearing a mask is such a simple thing to do, such an easy thing to do. It's really basic understanding. You're blocking out the sort of ports of entry and ports of exit for that matter. So if somebody has COVID, their particles are not leaving their mask. The mask blocks the transportation of those the COVID-19 particles. And if you wear a mask and you don't have COVID, well, guess what? You just blocked off the main entry points to COVID particles getting inside of you in infection points. It's very basic stuff. I also feel like the CDC really fucked up in their messaging of not explaining that the wearer of the mask is benefiting from wearing the mask, because for some reason, what they were trying to say is, masks only work if everyone wears it. Well, it's true that when everybody wears the mask, that's the best thing, right? Even if you were just wearing a mask alone, that is really helpful for you. Wearing a mask is very beneficial to the mask wearer, and it's very obvious, basic logic. You're blocking off ports of entry from infection sites. But listen, man, this is the kind of stuff that really should be, criminal level. This is criminal level stuff. People are going to die. Not only that, there's incredible stress put on health workers. ICU beds are going to be completely overrun. Healthcare system is going to be destroyed. This is the kind of thing that, you kind of bring up some of these prosecutorial charges, especially when you're saying completely dumb shit, like saying mask mandates and harsh lockdowns and massive testing haven't worked in the United States or abroad. It's actually disgusting. I'm not really sure what's going to happen here. Typically if you have like a sane president in office, you could pressure the South Dakota governor, have a discussion, try to push them in the right direction. But at this point, it's not looking very good. But I really can't express, my level of disgust that this stupid fucking idiot has to not issue a mask mandate. Everywhere you go should have a mask mandate. In California, at least parts I'm in, any business you go into, they're going to force you to wear a mask. You have to wear a mask, which is good. This is really disgusting, and quite frankly, I can't believe it. And I believe I believe this is the state where the nurse came out and basically said, dying COVID-19 patients refuse to believe that it's COVID. They actually say, oh, maybe it's lung cancer. They were hoping it's lung cancer. So, absolutely disgusting, man.